श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जन्माद्यस्य तोन्मयात् इतरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञास्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। धर्मप्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तुशिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परेरीश्वरा सद्यो हृदय वृद्ध्यति यत् कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिस्तत्क्षणात्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतरसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिक भुवि भावुकाः। आराध्य भगवान् व्रजेशतनय तद्धाम वृन्दावनं रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधूवर्गेण कल्पिता। श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेम पुमार्थो महान् श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादरो न परः। यत्पादपल्लवयुगं विनिधाय कुंभ द्वन्द्वे प्रणाम समये स गणाधिराजा विघ्नान् विहन्तुमलमस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। हरे कृष्णा। So welcome to today's session. We are how many of us here right now? 17. Okay. So let's begin with a recap and then we can go ahead. So you can unmute your microphones and chant Om if you are ready to go. So shall I begin the session now? Thank you. Hare Krishna. So as we are dealing with a very interesting, important topic, 30 qualities for civilized human beings. The whole world is bereft of good qualities. People are misguided. So therefore there is chaos in the society. This is the understanding, is it not? The human beings, if they are not trained, the chaos will go so bad. People become inhuman. They become demoniac. Daivi sampat vimokshana. So asura sampat, they start getting the qualities of a asura. So therefore everybody should be trained in 30 qualities for civilized human beings. Everybody should be trained. So how did we start? The root of this knowledge is Krishna. Dharma moolam hi bhagavan sarva vedamayo harihi smritam cha tad vidam rajan. You can unmute. You can mute your microphones now. So dharma moolam hi bhagavan. The root of all this knowledge is dharma, Bhagavan, Krishna, and he is described in all the scriptures. And the same thing is given by Smriti Shastras, by great saints. Satyam daya tapaḥ śaucam titikṣā shamodamaḥ ahiṁsā brahmacaryam ca tyāgaḥ svādhyāyaḥ ārjavam. tyāgaḥ, svādhyāyaḥ, ārjavam. Santoṣaḥ samadṛk-sevā grāmya-īha-uparamaḥ nṛṇām viparyaya-īkṣā maunam ātma vimarśanam. अन्नाद्यादेः संविभागो भूतेभ्यश्च यथार्हतः तेष्वावता आत्मदेवता बुद्धिः सुतरां नृषु पांडवा. These are the 21 qualities. Satyam, daya, tapaḥ, śaucam, beginning with them, the 21 qualities. The next 9 important qualities. Shravanam kirtanam chasya smaranam mahtam gatehe sevejyavanata vanatirdāsyam sakhyam atma samarpanam. So these are the 9 qualities. So 9 plus 21 becomes 30 qualities. So most important is the 9 qualities. Shravanam kirtanam chasya smaranam mahtam gate sevejyavanata ardasam sakhyam atma samarpanam. So these 9 qualities bring association of the Supreme Lord, who is the reservoir of all the good qualities, and therefore we are associating with the Supreme Lord. Therefore we can automatically develop all other qualities. What are the all other qualities? 21 qualities are listed. So these qualities automatically one should develop. So total is 30 qualities. So one should cultivate in a human, as a human being, should cultivate inculcation right from childhood. When the child is about 6 to 7 years, up to 8 years, they should be trained in these 30 qualities. That is what is the training. Kaumaram acharet pradnyo dharman bhagavatan. So this is Bhagavata Dharma. So to understand, in order to understand whether our Shravanam Kirtanam is going properly, or are we cultivating these 9 qualities properly, these 21 acts as a scale. Automatically we come to know whether are we progressing or not. If we are not progressing, if we are not acquiring these qualities, then come back to the drawing board of Shravanam Kirtanam, cultivating these 9 qualities properly. nṛṇām ayam paro dharmaha sarvesham samudāhrataha. This is Paramadharma. What is Paramadharma? Shravanam Kirtanam chasya smaratam. So, and plus, out of this, Satyam Daya Tapaḥ Śaucam. Sarvesham samudāhrataha. It is to be expected that everybody should develop this. Trimshat Lakshanavan Raja. Anybody who develops these qualities, 30 qualities, Sarvatma Yena Tushyati. The Supreme Lord becomes very pleased. And naturally, because he is pleased, we will also become pleased. Just like Yatha Tarur Mula Nischanena Tripyanti Tata Bhujopashakam. If we water the root, every other parts of the tree will automatically be nourished. Similarly, what is to be done? Sarvatma Yena Tushyati. So it is to and this will please Krishna. So that is what. So we also discussed how ekavimshati iti bhakti upakarani bhuta. So these are all 21 qualities are other parts of the their upakaranas, their supporting parts. Shravanadya navatu sakshat bhakti revati. Shravana navavida. These nava qualities, 9 qualities are sakshat bhakti or sakshat dharma. So therefore, there it's like, as we discussed, building like a temple, is it not? We are now gathering the ingredients. Why we are building a temple? Just to keep it empty? No, the purpose of building the temple is to invite the Lord, Supreme Lord. We have to place the Supreme Lord, and for the Supreme Lord, we are building this temple, is it not? So to invite the Supreme Lord, what are we doing? First of all, we are building the sanctum sanctorum. Or first of all, we are the purpose of inviting the Lord, is it not? So that is Navavida Bhakti, or 9 qualities that should be acquired. The first thing to invite the Lord, associate with the Lord. So that 9 qualities, as we said, is the most important. Further, we discussed how these 9 qualities should be based on the right foundation. the foundation is deviant, or if it is not finished, if it is not impure qualities, impure ingredients, then the whole thing will fall. So therefore, we discussed about the right foundation, the right motivation. Is it not? What is the right motivation we discussed? That it should not be of uh, um, afflicted, infected with any impurities. What is that impurity? Because we are affected by three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo guna, bhakti that we are trying to perform, or the nine qualities we are trying to perform, also will be affected, and there is a chance of deviation. So therefore, we should keep noticing, are we able to acquire these nine qualities properly? Are we able to practice these nine qualities properly? Is my path proper? So we have to clarify what exactly we are doing. So there are three aspects that we should be very careful. Tamasa bhakti, rajasa bhakti, and sattva bhakti, even sattva bhakti. So within that, we should be very careful of the mixtures of these things also. So tamasa bhakti is tamasa bhakti. If we combine tamasa and again further tamasa, double. We can go on combining, but we can't go on defining. So we can define up this level. So with a desire to destroy, or driven by unlimited desires to lord over, that kind of desire, motivation, and we can perform this now with a practice this now with also in this, then what happens? We develop anger, grudges, harshness, etc., etc. So there the derailing will happen. Therefore, our motivation should be very clear. It should not be to destroy anybody else. It should not be driven by any unlimited desires. It should not be out of show off to cheat others, in just to internally something else, externally something else. Dharmadhvaja, uh, Dharmadhvaja vritti, it's called. Externally, I may show I'm a Christian, I'm so and so, but on the dinner table, I will eat exactly opposite. I will, thou shall not kill, I will spoil that thing. So that is called as Dharmadhvaja vritti. So externally, I may show I'm so and so, I'm such a great Vaishnava, I'm wearing, what is that? Uh, Tilak and Kanthimala and Dhoti Kurta, and I'm such a great Vaishnava, but internally I'm something else, or internally I have some other intentions. I'm something else is innocent and we are trying. That is a different issue. But internally I have some different motivation, I have different intention. That is called as cheating. Dharmadhvaja vritti. So that is not my, is it my status? Oh, that should be rejected. Tamasa sattva. If I am doing it out of competition, come on, this fellow, I am also. Transcendental competition is different. Transcendental competition is to please Krishna. Oh, you're pleasing Krishna so wonderfully. Come on, please come on. Let me also try, and let us, you're better, but I'll try also. This is transcendental competition. But out of competition, spardha, jealousy, ambition, gudadvesha, secret jealousy, all this is called as tamasa sattva, tamoguna bhakti. So that is also to be rejected. And then further we have to reject rajasika bhakti. What is rajasa bhakti? With a desire to obtain sense gratification. Um, oh, such a nice, let me just please my ears and eyes and all this senses, right? So that kind of desire is rajasa bhakti, rajasa tamasa bhakti. Rajasa bhakti is to desire to obtain yashas kama, that is name, fame, bank balance, become learned, let everybody praise me. This kind of feeling is known as rajasa madhyama or um, rajasa bhakti. Then rajasa sattva bhakti is in order to accumulate wealth and material objects. That is rajasa sattva bhakti. That also should be rejected. Come to the sattva sattvika bhakti. Uh, we may begin anywhere, no problem. But we should gradually come to the position of higher and higher understanding. We should immediately reject other things, right? So, Sattvika Tamasa Bhakti desire to destroy previous life. Let me just, please destroy my previous sins, destroy my sins, right? This kind of feeling is known as Sattvika Adhama or Sattvika Tamasa Bhakti. Sattvika Rajasa Bhakti is Mukti. I want Mukti. This kind of feeling is, what is Mukti? I want to get rid of this troublesome situation right now. So that is Mukti. Slowly, gradually, I should raise. Then I should, if I'm doing it as a duty, this is my duty, that's it. I'm doing it. This feeling is also Sattvika Uttama. So gradually, even if we are in whatever position, come to the highest stage of Sattvika Uttama, that is duty. But further, we should never stop there immediately. We should gather, come to the position of Shuddha Sattva. What is Shuddha Sattva? There is no other motivation. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dinavratam anukulyena krishnanushilanam. That which is pleasing to Krishna, I will accept those things, and other things I will reject. So all these other motivations should be given up, and only motivation is Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja. No other motivation. This will please you, Krishna, no problem, I will fight. Right? So this way is called as gradual purification and building the right foundation. Right? Building the right foundation. Once we build this right foundation and we have the ingredients for the sanctum sanctorum, now we will have to build the temple with the pillars, right? Now let's fine tune some of our understanding. You can stop me anywhere. How many devotees have joined till now? We have recapped. Okay, this is a constant around 2022. Okay. Now, as I mentioned previously, आदौ श्रद्धा तथा साधुसंग तथा भजन क्रिया अनर्थ निवृत्ति स्यात् तथा निष्ठा रुचि आसक्ति तथा भाव प्रेम प्रादुर्भाव भवेत्. So what is this gradual step process of developing love for Krishna? What is that? Ādau Shraddha. First of all, I should have some Shraddha. What is a Shraddha? Oh, this is, why not? This is good. Let me try to understand this. That is Ādau Shraddha. Appreciate a devotee. Appreciate this process. Appreciate the process of, appreciate Vedic literatures. Some Shraddha. So appreciation is called as Shraddha. So then the next step is Sadhu Sangha, association with the devotees. Bhajana Kriya. Ado Guru Padashrayam. The first step in Bhajana Kriya is, there are 64 steps or 64 angas, parts of Bhajana Kriya. So first is Ado Guru Padashrayam, taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Then what do we do after taking shelter of bona fide spiritual master? We should serve him. And then we should take initiation. Guru Shushrusha, Diksha Vidhana, like this. Sadhu Marganusaraha, all these things are very important. So how will it happen? How will the Guru accept me? Sadhu Sangha. By association with the devotees, I get trained. So that is called as training, or 30 qualities of training. Once somebody is trained in that, then Guru can accept such a disciple, or Guru himself will train. Although Guru Padashrayam, I go take shelter of the Guru, and Guru Shushrusha, Guru will do what? Guru will train the disciple. So ultimately training is required. First of all, becoming a human being, is it not? Ādau Shraddha. So gradually I practice. This is called as sadhana bhakti. Vaidhi sadhana bhakti is to practice what? Everything will happen with two things: Shravanam, Kirtanam. If I do Shravanam and Kirtanam, Rest, all other 9 qualities can be developed. All other stages can be automatically developed. Bhajana Kriya means we start, anartha nivritti will happen, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, and bhava. All and prema. All the process will happen automatically. In other words, all the qualities will be developed, all the process will happen, everything is possible with just 2 things. What is that? कृति साध्य भवेत् साध्य भाव सा साधना विधा नित्य सिद्धस्य भावस्य प्राकृत्यम हृदि साध्यता. So what is this sadhana bhakti means? Just doing shravanam kirtanam in association of devotees. So just by doing this, automatically the next stages will be achieved. So doing in order, so that such a way that we develop bhava bhakti. Anything which leads us to bhava bhakti is known as sadhana bhakti. So what is bhava bhakti? Bhava bhakti is that emotions that will raise in love of Krishna. The emotions that will raise. Its heart becomes very heavy, and the vocal cords become, what do you call, choked up. These are the symptoms. So bhava bhakti, anything which leads to that stage is known as sadhana bhakti. Otherwise, it cannot be called as sadhana. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sa sadhana vidha. So the definition of sadhana bhakti is that which can lead to bhava bhakti. Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakrityam hridi sadhyata. So gradual progress, everything will happen. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. In the association of devotees, if somebody listens to my glories, mama virya samvido bhavanti hrit karana rasayana kathaha. If they fill their ears and tongue with my glories, rasayana katha. Rasayana means if you make rasayana, banana rasayana, mango rasayana, right? It's very tasty. Similarly, Hritkarana Rasayana Katha, Krishna Katha is Rasayana, very tasty. So to develop this taste, once they develop in association of devotees, Tad Joshanad Ashu Apavarga, Ashu means very soon, Apavarga Vartmani, all Pavargas will go. What is that? Papabhama. Papabhama. So they are called as Pavargas. Anyway, we can discuss this. But ultimately, point is all the misgivings in the heart will go away. Vartmani, Shraddha, Ratir, Bhakti, Anukramashyati. Shraddha will become Sudhrida, strong Shraddha. Ratir, love for the attachment is developed. Bhaktir, Anukramashyati, and love of Godhead is obtained. Anukramashyati, gradually, constantly, and gradually it will start manifesting. All we have to do is to uh, start Shravanam and Kirtanam. Bhajanera madhye shreshta navavidha bhakti Krishna prema kaile dite dhare mahashakti. So bhajanera madhye shreshta navavidha bhakti. So just these 9 qualities are very important. Antashuddhir bhaishuddhir tapas shantadyah tatha ami guna prapadyante hari sevaha vikaminam. So everything will happen just by doing these 9 qualities. All other good qualities will be obtained. Antashuddhir bhaishuddhir tapas shantadayas tatha ami gunaha. All gunas will automatically manifest if we just do these 9 things, especially Shravanam and Kirtanam. Svādhyatvam hridi bhaktanam anita. It will only bring. It's not that it will come. It means these two will bring other things. It's like a magnet. It will attract all other things. Shravanadivihi, Shravana Kirtana will attract all other things towards it. So, what will happen? Gradually, one will start developing a predominant inclination, predominant mellow. There is a predominant inclination, love of Godhead that starts developing within the heart. That love of, it's like snigdha. It's like a fat getting deposited. No, similarly, predominant love for the Supreme Lord starts developing within the heart. Aviruddhan viruddhamscha bhavan yo vasatam nayan. Surajeva virajeta, so sthai bhava uchyate. So sthai bhava means a gradual predominant inclination, attraction and bhava or love of God, it starts developing within the heart. All will start happening. With that, what will happen? Any one of them is enough. No need of all nine qualities means all nine qualities we practice, but predominantly we start developing some inclination, attraction to the Lord, and have attraction to any one of these nine processes. So that is what uh, these great devotees did. Although they practiced all different qualities, although they developed all the different qualities, they have predominant inclination to do one thing and predominant attraction. Mm. So Shravanam, like Maharaj Parikshit did, Kirtanam, like Shukadev Maharaj did, Smaranam, Prahlad Maharaj, and hmm, Pada Sevanam, Lakshmi Devi, Pruthu Maharaj, Archanam, Vandanam, Akrura just by paying obeisances, right? And Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam, Hanuman, Dasyam. Arjuna is the best friend, Krishna's best friend. So, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, Bali Maharaj, and all of them, Ambarish Maharaj. So, although all of these qualities are being practiced by all of them, predominantly they develop a particular taste. And that taste will start manifesting as love of Krishna, and that is known as Thai Bhava. So, in our hearts, gradually, just by these two activities, Sthai Bhava will start developing. That is called as Bhava Bhakti. Hmm? So that Sthai Bhava gradually again mixes with the Navavida, again this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, which will raise to Prema. That Bhava Bhakti, that Sthai Bhava is the seat where we will place the Lord in our temple. That is the asana that we will give to the Lord, Sthai Bhava. Right? Now, once we develop these things, once we understand these things, this is how we progress, is it not? Right? This is how we progress. We have to keep observing, are we developing other qualities? What are the other qualities? Where we will place this whole temple upon? The pillars. Once we have right motivation, we know where we should place the Lord with. We know the ingredients of the sanctum sanctorum. We start following, trying to develop these nine qualities with the right motivation. Right now, it is a time to build the Satyam Daya Tapaḥ Śaucam. Automatically, the asana will be created. Right now, it is time for knowing how to build this temple. So, Satyam Daya Tapaḥ Śaucam are the first four qualities we should acquire. As we automatically do nine qualities, automatically the Satyam Daya Tapaḥ Śaucam will be mm, will come by. At the same time, we should know what are these qualities that we should acquire automatically. Is it not? They don't have separate existence. If I speak about Satyam without connection of the nine qualities, they don't have any value to it. Like if I say compassion, we should be very compassionate. What is the meaning of compassion? There is no meaning of compassion. We independent of the nine qualities, right? So therefore, all this are bhakti upakarani bhuta. They are only supporting qualities for the nine. They will only help us to further uh, understand, are we in the right path or not. Right? So therefore, they can only be a supporting thing. What is that first thing that we should develop? That is what we will deal with. Satyam Daya Tapaḥ Śaucam titikṣā shamo damaḥ. Right? Now, Tapaḥ Śaucam Daya Satyam iti padak krite kritaha adharmam shaisa adharmam shaihi. Trayo bhagnaha smaya sangamadaistavā. So these are the pillars. Padakritehe, padaha. These are the 4 pillars where we should place the temple upon. What are those? Satyam, Daya, Tapaḥ, Śaucam. These are very important qualities that one should automatically develop. I've given some Prabhupada's quotations. All these habits or so-called advancement of civilization are the root cause of irreligiosity. Therefore, it is not possible to check corruption, bribery, and nepotism. Man cannot check all this even simply by statutory acts and police vigilance, but he can cure the disease of the mind by proper medicine, namely advocating the principles of Brahmanical culture or the principles of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. So this is possible if they try to hold on to so-called really good things they're doing, satyam, daya, tapaḥ, śaucam, compassion, and all that, without the understanding of the purpose of life, without understanding that the purpose is to please Krishna. Sarvatma yena tushyati. So if that is there, where to water the root, then just this satyam, daya, tapaḥ, śaucam will also not have any meaning. So therefore, because it is connected to the root, this culture, this satyam, daya, tapaḥ, śaucam culture can be perfectly implemented, inculcated in the society. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
So you just mentioned that unless we know where to water the root or something like that,
Yeah.
would you mind clarifying that a little bit, Prabhu?
Yeah. So yatha taror moola nischanena means where watering the root means if we water the root to if they water the branches and all, naturally those things will not be satisfying the tree. The tree will not be able to nourish. It will not nourish the tree. So watering the root means what? Watering the root means what? This is the point that we should understand. Watering the root means to please Krishna. So sarvatma yena tushyati means that he is a source of everything, right? So therefore, it's a if the Supreme Lord, if our focus is towards the Supreme Lord, who is a creator, who is a maintainer and the destroyer, first thing we should understand, nothing is in our hands. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything, he is the supreme controller. He is a supreme enjoyer. We are tiny human beings, and therefore our only shelter is him, and our only karma or activity that should be, it should be to please him, to please him. And what will that happen? Gradually, that will bring us to the right understanding. That will bring us, what is that right understanding? To the love of Godhead. We develop love of Krishna. What is the meaning of love of Krishna? Developing love of Krishna means to please him, is it not? Developing love of Krishna means that our existence, who are we, what is our purpose of life, everything becomes in perfect line. So taror moola nischanena, to water the root, is ultimately to understand that we are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Unless he is watered, we can't be separately be satisfied. It is not possible. Independently, we are nothing. And in fact, this knowledge and this effort, everything is possible through Krishna's energy only. We can't independently. What we have to do anything? Do we have any effort, ability to do anything? Actually, we don't have any ability to do anything. So whatever we have right now, 2 ears, 1 tongue, this body, right? We have Krishna only has given this. The same thing has to be utilized. Rishikena Shrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So, giving up all other designations, giving up all the so-called concocted religion, concocted mental speculated ideas, what we have to do? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. All we have to do is engage the same thing in serving the Lord. Right? So, this is the beginning. Then the all other activities will start. So, when we say compassion, right? When we say we need to bring, we need to have the satyam, daya, tapaḥ, śaucam. If they are not connected to the root, dharma moolam. That's why the first shloka itself is dharma moolam hi Bhagavan. Without understanding that dharma moola, this is Bhagavan, sarva vedamayo harihi. The purpose of all this is Bhagavan or Krishna, and the root is also Krishna. Then otherwise, these other nothing can be understood. Anyway,
so
this
much,
will yeah. So Satyam, what is Satyam? So now we will start understanding what are these first 4 pillars, which we should develop. Satyam bhutahitatvam yathartha bhashanam samadarsanam va. Satyam sarvatrikam yathartham. Satyam bhuta droha varjitam yathartha sambhashanam. Excuse me. So what is Satyam? Satyam means bhuta droha varjitam. First of all, the quality that I should develop is let good thing happen to everybody. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma dukha bhag bhavet. So let nobody be unhappy. Let everybody be happy. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Let auspicious things to happen to everybody. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Let auspicious things be seen and happen to everybody. That feeling, intrinsic feeling in the heart, that let good thing happen to everybody, not bad thing. That feeling is called as Satyam. What is that good thing? What is it good thing that everybody, for everybody it should happen? Let everybody utilize this human form of life. Everybody is wasting their human form of life. No, let good thing happen to everybody. Bhuta hitatvam. Let good thing, hita. Bhuta hitatvam, bhuta droha varjitam. And not feeling enviousness to anybody. So, matsarya bhava. What is matsarya bhava? Enviousness. So, if I feel, let all money come to me, sabka mal apna, sabka dhan apna. If I start feeling jealousy, that feeling is known as matsarya. There are 3 steps in matsarya bhava. First of all is matsarya. I feel jealous about somebody's progress. I start feeling jealousy. The next is asuya. I don't like to see the face of that fellow. That is called as asuya. Means that is the next step. First is jealousy. Guda dvesha. I have some secret jealousy in the heart about somebody or some people or whatever. And then I develop asuya. I don't like to see such people. That is, I don't like to see the face of the people, such fellow. That is asuya. Matsarya is to be jealous about the progress somebody is making. Asuya is to hate to see them, and īrṣā is to wanting to harm them. Either maybe finally kill them also. So that is called as matsarya bhava, or truthlessness, or gambling. Gambling means what? Ultimately asuya, each īrṣā. So that it will enhance the īrṣā. So therefore satyam means bhuta droha varjitam. First of all, I should feel Every living entity should be happy. What is that happy? Real happiness is to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, to associate with the devotees, as to associate with Krishna. That is Navavida Bhakti. Is it not? Real happiness. Nobody can be happy unless they are sheltered to the Supreme Lord. It's like if it is heavy raining, if I go and give that person, if I tell him, give him some food, some nice something, music and all, is it going to help him? I have to give him an umbrella to shelter him from the rain. Then he'll be perfectly happy. Oh, thank you very much. So that umbrella, that shelter, what is that shelter? Krishna is a shelter. As soon as one comes to the shelter of the Supreme Lord, the whole thing will become very peaceful. Huh? Is it not? They will become real happy. They'll become real peaceful. Why? Because everybody is suffering from three gunas. Everybody is suffering from uh, these problems of life. What are the problems of life? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha. These are the Dukkhas, real Dukkhas. Everybody is having insecurity. Life is very short. We are going to die like a dog and then we take next birth as a dog. Is that real help? First of all, I should give him an umbrella. What is that real umbrella? Shelter. What is that? Shelter of Krishna. If we give them, show the shelter of Krishna, that's it. They become very happy and peaceful. Because they know where to cling on to, where to hold on to. Who is that person to hold on to? Right? That is Krishna. So no other external help and this and that will not give them. So therefore, Satyam is Bhuta Droha Varjitam. First of all, I don't have any bad feeling about any living entity, what to speak of humans, any living entity. And further, I want to help them, give them real help. I want to see them, everybody happy. Yathartha. Therefore, because I have this intrinsic feeling that everybody should be happy, everybody should be helped in this material world, let them everybody, no, let not auspicious, inauspicious happen to anybody. If that feeling is there naturally, I will speak truthful. Truthful words I will speak. Is it not? Yathartha bhashanam. So this feeling will give rise to truthfulness, or this feeling of satyam will give rise to yathartha bhashanam, speaking as it is. Is it not? So if there is a fire in the house and this fellow does not know that there is a fire, and if I keep saying so many other things, what is the use? First of all, I should get him out of the house. That is real help. Therefore, this is called fire. What is that? Samsara nalalidhaloka. This is a great fire going on. We should rescue the souls. We should rescue the. We should feel that let good thing happen to everybody. They should all realize. They should all be given opportunity. This is called as satyam. सार्वत्रिक यथार्थ सत्यम भूतद्रोह वर्जितम यथार्थ संभाषण तथा च लैंगे लिंग पुराण ऐसे दृष्टम श्रुतम च अनुमीतम स्व अनुभूतम यथार्थतः कथनम सत्यमित्युक्तम परपीड़ा विवर्जितम. So with the feeling that good thing happened to everybody, what I will do, drishtam shrutam cha anumitam swa anubhutam yathartatah. So there is no question of speaking that which is not beneficial to others. Is it not? So satya means to speak, truthful means to speak the beneficial thing, which driven by the intrinsic desire that let everybody be happy. This is called as satyam. Okay. So samadarshanam irshya asuyadi vaishamya parityagena sarvatra swa samadukha sukhalochanam. So samadarshanam means satyam is also samadarshanam. What is samadarshanam? Irshya asuyadi vaishamya parityagena means all this matsarya irshya, this asuya is given up. Sarvatra swa sama sukha dukha lochanam. So giving up all these misgivings, seeing so-called happiness and distress equally, being equipoised, uh, and guide and helping others, or having a good feeling or a balanced understanding, is it not? So that is possible by, that should be developed automatically. If we do Navavidha Bhakti, this feeling should automatically come. Atmaupammena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham, sukham va yadi va dukkham. What is that shloka? Atmaupammena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham. I forgot. Anyway, so samam pashyati, samam pashya. Samam pashyati means what? Sukham ya vaidiva dukham. This so-called sukha and dukha is all dukha only. There is no sukha here. Maya sukha. So there is no one does not get afflicted or affected by these agapama, nityaha. These will come and go. So samadarshana, one will be equipoised and keep the focus. What is the focus? That bhuta hita. Let good thing happen to everybody. The focus automatically. The focus means what? The understanding, the feeling in the heart, right? It's not a focus. Focus is Navavidha Bhakti. So keep the feeling in the heart, to develop this feeling in the heart. Right? So not just speaking truth, don't speak lies. This is not exact. This is not the Satyam. We should not speak lies. We should speak truth. That is not Satyam. The Satyam is intrinsic desire in the heart, or intrinsic feeling in the heart, that let good thing happen to everybody, and therefore I speak beneficial things. Is it not? Sunritavani Satya Priya Chavani Sa Eva Na Tu Yathartha Bhashana Matra Tatatve. Sunrita. Sunrita means also it is pleasing. It is not that it is not harsh. Just like a father scolds the child, or even corrects the child, chastises the child, but child still loves the father, because child understands that it is for my benefit. So that moment the child might cry or feel bad immediately, but intrinsically it knows, oh, actually my father wants good thing for me, is it not? So therefore the child immediately also develops more love for uh, father, in fact. So similarly, even if so-called harshness is there in speech, but anybody, even a cat and a dog, can make out the feeling of a person, whether this fellow is a beneficiary for me or is against me. Even a crow can make out, a bird can make out, a monkey can make out. You know that if a dog is there, if we, the way we treat the dog we need not speak to it. It will just see your face and understand, this fellow, what is this in his heart? He wants to hit me, or is a beneficial to me. So similarly, anybody can make out. So therefore, just like a father, a son can make out his father. Similarly, one who speaks with real feeling in the heart, uh, even though so-called harshness is there in speech, what is that? They will feel so happy and so thankful, and that will become very pleasing to the heart. Sunrutavani Satyapriyacha Vani. Doshatve doshavatam doshakirtanamapi prasajjeta tasminscha sati ninda syat. So, सा च सतां श्रोतॄणाम् अपि अप्रियेति तस्याः सुनृतवाणी इति अभावः स्यात्. पूर्ववत् आचार्यस्तु सत्यं यथार्थचरणं ऋतं यथार्थभाषणम् इत्यम्. So, when we sit for prasadam, we chant, we do satyam tartena parisinchami, parisechana we do, isn't it? And then in the evening we do rutena satyam parisinchami. So satyam is Krishna only. All these qualities are Krishna only, non-different from Krishna, because Krishna is having all these qualities, right? So by associating with Krishna by Navavidha Bhakti, we will also develop the similar qualities like Krishna. So Krishna is Satyam, Krishna is Rutam. So therefore, both qualities, that is the Sunritavani. Avyahritam Vyahrita Shreya Ayuhu Satyam Madevat. So we have gone in detail. Tadvitiyam Priyam Madevahritam Tatri Tritiyam Dharma Vadevahritam Tat Chaturtham. So it is given Satyam Ahritam. So first of all, Avyahritam Vyahrita Shreya Ayuhu Ahu Satyam. So first of all, good understanding, the right feeling in the heart, that is Satyam. Priyam, then the resultant is love, that we have, we feel natural care for others, care for every living entity. Tat Tritiyam Dharma, then the Dharma can be established. Okay. Right. This is for children. I had developed this. Anyway, so point is, Prahlad Maharaj we see as a great example, who had who said that, oh Lord Narasimhadev, I may not go to any place. My desire is that all living entities be, what you call, liberated. In the fifth canto, Prahlad Maharaj says, in one of the Varshas, right? Prahlad Maharaj is praying to the Lord that those who are against also, let them take shelter of yours. Let them become favorable to you. Let them become devotees. That is my desire. I want your glories to be spread everywhere. I want everybody to be sheltered under you, to take your shelter. Only then they can cling on to the right. Only then they can be happy. Otherwise, they're like orphans. No master. A dog without a master is very vulnerable for attack. So similarly, anybody without a master, without a proper shelter, they're vulnerable for repeated birth and death cycle, and who knows their destination, and they will suffer. Already suffering is going on. Actually, it is just false. I mean, false in the sense, we fish out of the water. Next is daya. Shall we go ahead? Next is daya. What is daya? Swartha nirapeksha paradukha sahishnatvam. Paradukha asahishnatvam. Swartha nirapeksha paradukha asahishnatvam. If somebody is having dukkha or pain or some suffering, we should not be tolerant to that situation. In other words, we should immediately try to help them. What is that help? Swadukha nirapeksha dukha asahishnatvam. Not able to see the suffering of other living entities. That means that is compassion. That feeling in the heart, if it arises, that I am feeling pain in the heart by seeing others' difficulties, paradukha dukhi, that is paradukha dukhi. Seeing the pain in the heart, seeing others' pain, if I feel pain in the heart, that is called as daya. Daya swartha nirapeksha paradukha praharanechhaha. So praharanecha means not just feeling pain in the heart upon others' sufferings, but I want to do positively something to help them. Swartha nirapeksha paradukha praharanechhaha. So that feeling is known as daya. I want to help. Not only I feel pain in the heart, but I want to help. This feeling is called as daya. Karuna. Asya lakshanam yatha padme, in Padma Purana it is given. Kriya Sagare, in Kriya Sagara, another scripture is given. Yatnyadapi paraklesham hartum ya hridi jayate. Yatnadapi paraklesham. By doing some effort, if I want to relieve others from their suffering, parahartum, paraklesham hartum, ya hridi jayate. So if it generates, such a feeling generates in the heart, that is called as daya. Ichha bhumi surashrestha, sa daya parikirtita. Some bhumi surashrestha, it is told to a king, O king, this feeling is called as daya. like we see, what is that? Just something was in my tip of my tongue, forgot. So, yatnadapi paraktesham hartum ya hridi jayate. So, this feeling is daya. Apicha Matsya Purane आत्मवत् सर्वभूतेषु यो हिताय शुभाय च वर्तते सततं हृष्टं क्रिया ह्येषा दया स्मृता. Atmavat sarvabhuteshu, right? If I feel that let everybody should be treated as I am treated, no? How I am treated, I sit very carefully, I walk very carefully, I take care of my body and this and that, everything carefully. The same feeling if I do have others for others. Atmavat sarvabhuteshu. This is real pandita or real learnedness. Real education is what? Matravat paradareshu, loshtravat parakanchanaha, atmavat sarvabhuteshu, sa pandita, yah pashyati swapana. What is that? Yah pashyati sa panditaha. So, atmavat sarvabhuteshu. So, matravat sarvadareshu, all other women other than one's own wife are to be considered as mother, are to be seen like as mother. Atmavat matravat paradareshu loshtravat parakanchanaha, and all others' wealth is to be seen as dust of the sand, dust as only mud, not sabka malapana. All others' wealth is to be seen as dust. Loshtravat parakanchanaha. Atmavat sarvabhuteshu, and I should treat others as I treat myself. Is it not? Atmavat sarvabhuteshu. So this feeling is called as daya. Atmavat sarvabhuteshu yo hitaya shubhaya cha vartate satatam hrushtam kriya hi esha daya smrita. Pare va bandhu varge va mitre dveshtari va sada atmavad vattirtavyam. He dayesha parikirtita. Not only others means what? Oh, only my relatives, my friends, my others, well-wishers. I'll treat them like that. And others I will treat them as enemies. No. Pareva, bandhuvargeva, mitre, dveshtari sada. Even enemies. Atmavadvartirtavyam. He dayesha parikirtita. One should be equally considerate of everybody. Should feel compassion. What is that compassion? To progress towards ultimate destination, which is going back home, back to Godhead. Shreyaha and Preyaha. So two types of compassion is there. Shreya. So simply, if I paint the cage, I keep on painting the cage and keep the cage very nicely. And so, what about the bird inside in the cage? I'm not feeding this. What will happen? It will die. What is the use of the cage? Similarly, this body, we keep on doing good things for others, this, that, externally, uh, world peace, and very wonderful. Let us remain here only eternally in this material world. No, that will not work. What is that to be done? Come on, uttishta, jagrata, praptavara, nibodhata. Get up. What is that? Come on, realize that we are uh, we are eternally part and parcels. Actually, we are real, or we are part and parcels. We are not supposed to meant to be suffering here, rotting here. Uttishta, jagrata, become aware. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Let us not remain here. Let us go towards amrutangamaya, eternal service, eternal existence, back. So this effort or this understanding is preya, sorry, shreya, real benefit, right? So otherwise externally any effort will become uh, only external understanding. So therefore this is what we are supposed to develop automatically, correct? Now, what is the time? 6:29. Daya, example, Parikshit Maharaj. Now we say only daya, let us cut the throat of other animals, no matter what will happen. Then we'll speak of United Nations, peace and that and this. No, daya is for all living entities. Nobody should undergo any unnecessary trouble for our existence. Is it not? That is another quality, ahiṁsā. So first of all, we should wish well for others, satyam, and second is to paraprida nivrittihi, paraprida dukha, paradukha asahishnutvam, feeling pain in the heart. And not only that, we would like to help others. So one should treat animals such as deer, camels, asses, monkeys, mice, snakes, birds and flies exactly like one's own son. This is there in Bhagavatam. This is Bhagavata culture. How little difference there is actually between children and these innocent animals. What about human beings? At least what to speak of human beings? Even animals, birds, flies, mice, unnecessary, we should not stop their natural progression. We should not kill them. We should not unnecessarily stop their natural progression. Rather, we should help them in Krishna consciousness. Even dogs, animals can become Krishna conscious. Possible, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu liberated even a dog. We see even animals serving, they become elevated. Crocodile, elephants, horses, all animals can be elevated to Krishna consciousness. There is no impediment for Krishna consciousness. There is no impediment. So tapaḥ, next quality is tapaḥ. Satyam daya tapaḥ. What is tapaḥ? Tapa means ekadashi upavasa. Tapa anashanadi rupam. Fasting. Right? What is this fasting? So tapaḥ means to fast. No other tapa is expected, required. Tapantu tapai pravadantu parvatad. Atantu tirthani. Pathantu cha agamam. Harim vinanaiva mritim taranti. So what is the use of tapasa tapah kim? What is the use of so many tapasya? So many tapasya we may do. So no need of so many tapasyas like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was also expert in tapasya. So everybody can just do austerity. So many austerities they may do, but satyagraha can be done. So many things can be done. So many things can be done, but how do you mute? So many things can be done, but if it is not connected to Naveda Bhakti or Shravanam Kirtan Vishnu Smaranam, then that tapasya is of no use. So tapasya means what? The definition of tapasya is ekadashi upavasa. That's it. What is ekadashi upavasa? Harivasara. This is called as 11th day. That is a very that is a day for that is a very special day which Krishna likes that. That's why it's called as Harivasara. Now why Krishna likes that? That's it. Vedas are telling Krishna likes that day, Ekadashi, and let us celebrate that day. This and how do you celebrate? By not eating any grains, upavasa. What do we do on that day then? We focus on chanting, reading, is it not? We just focus on chanting and Shravanam Kirtana. Focus on Shravanam Kirtana. That's all. No time for eating also. No need of eating anything. No need of eating anything. Of course, some medical condition may be there. So some things can be adjusted. But upavasa means just even drinking water. Just upavasa. What do we do? Completely focus on Shravanam Kirtanam. What will happen? Medical benefit will be there, that benefit, this benefit. So many things will happen automatically. We don't have to worry about it, nor we are concerned about it. Our concern is this is very special day for Krishna. Krishna likes this day, that's why it is called as Harivasara, and therefore I will celebrate this day. How will I celebrate? Hrit Karna Rasayana Kataha. I will fill my tongue and ear with Karna Rasayana, with Hrit Krishna Katha. So fill this tongue and ear with the Rasayana, that full of tasty description, hearing of Krishna. That's it. I will fast from any taking food. This quality to be ready to perform the most important, what you call, tapasya. This mother of all tapasya is Ekadashi Upavasa. Just every week, 15th day, we just have to do Ekadashi Upavasa. This is the mother of all tapasya. This quality is called as tapaḥ, right? And there are so many other tapasyas. We have to take the burden of love is there when we serve the spiritual master, when we take up, so getting up early is also tapasya. It's all very pleasing. That's why it's called susukham kartum avayam. Oh, Ekadashi came, I have to fast. Oh, this stuff. No. That's why it's Navavida Bhakti. Once we develop this Navavida qualities, automatically it becomes very tasteful. It becomes very pleasing. And our focus is that 9 qualities. So tapasya is nothing. Susukham kartum avayam becomes very, very pleasing. So all activities, getting up early in the morning, sleeping early, getting up early, attending Mangalarati, or doing Mangalarati, taking darshan of the Lord, honoring prasadam. All this is tapasya or seva. All this is seva only. So susukham. So why eating prasadam is tapasya? We don't eat anything other than prasadam. Anything which is not asamskrita food. When something is asamskrita, it is impure. It is not purified. That food is to be rejected. It is impure. What is a purity then? Purity is offering naivedya. So the naivedya is to be done to the Lord. Oh, I will do in the mind. I will do. No. Yes, we can do in the mind in the sense, what are we supposed to do? How it is to be cooked? Who is cooking? How the Lord will accept it? Is it not? So same. In other words, we should be very careful in putting something into our mouth. That is also tapasya. Therefore, honoring prasadam is a tapasya. Not eating anything else other than prasadam. Who cooks and who eats, who offers, all this is very important. Who serves? So very subtle. It's very subtle. Gradual. Is it not? So therefore, tapasya is natural acceptance and rejections of anything other than connected to these developing 9 qualities is known as tapasya. So satyam, daya, tapa, śaucam we have not covered. So I will talk about tapasya and we'll leave it for if any question answers, right? Or should I cover śaucam? Again, it will take another 20 minutes. Okay, let's not cover śaucam. We'll cover tapasya, finalize it. Right. So we know how, if it is not connected to the Navavida Bhakti, then even Vishwamitra who did tapasya can derail. Whereas Ambarish Maharaj or Haridas Thakur, so on and so forth, great Vaishnavas, there is no question of deviation or fall down, right? And even such a fall down is not considered as fall down. Apiche sudracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. So called is just temporary here and there by some accidental, like Ajamila. Okay. Shall we stop here? Any questions, any discussions you want to make? We can discuss that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. What a wonderful class. This Pitambar Das.
Thank you,
So,
Prabhu.
Prabhu, the question just now, the very last thing what you said, the tapa, where Vishwamitra also did, but it was of no use because he fell down. So, that brought me a question, Prabhu, that what was wrong in his tapa, Prabhu? We heard from Srimad Bhagavatam thousands of years, and that to celestial years he has been doing tapa, and still he fell down just with the ankle bell of Menaka. So what was wrong compared to Ambarish Maharaja in Vishwamitra?
So actually, tapasya, unless it is for what he was doing, tapasya, he wanted to acquire a brahmanatva, the motivation, is it not? So why did the Hiranyakashipu do the tapasya? He wanted to lord over the whole world. Dhruva Maharaj wanted to do tapasya, but he approached the Supreme Lord. That was the only difference. He approached the Supreme Lord. And because of which Dhruva Maharaj realized that this, what I was doing it for, is just a waste of thing. So I don't want anything, Krishna. I just want you. So then Krishna gives him the real. He'll give everything to him. So similarly, first of all, we should approach the fire right. It's like cooking. If I cook, how do I cook? If I use smoke to cook, will I be able to cook anything? I will not be able to cook. If I use some small little fire, I have to use proper fire to cook. That means if there is no fire, I cannot cook. So similarly, we should come in touch with that fire or bhakti, which can really cook. So therefore, coming in touch with the Lord, with Krishna, only. Even we not, if we don't understand even Krishna, we may understand Vishnu, but not understand Krishna. Still, we will not be able to properly practice. In other words, we'll be doing offenses. We won't understand the complete understanding of the Supreme Lord, like Jarasandha. He was a worshipper of Vishnu, but he was not having a right understanding. The motivations were different. So therefore, we should again look back to our motivation foundation. Are we doing what we are doing it for? What are we? Why are we doing? So we may be wanting to do tapasya. It's very easy. Tapasya, one can, that is what, it's very so-called tapasya, and people will praise me. Or I will achieve so and so siddhis. Bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakale ashanta. Shuddha bhakta nishkama sadeva shanta. So only the motivation one who is having, that should be clarified. Then this tapasya is having a meaning. So atantu, so I may do so many tapaha. Tapantu tapaihi. So many tapas can be done. Harim vina naiva mritim taranti. If it is not geared for uh, the ultimate benefit. What is that ultimate benefit? To please Krishna, or to satisfy Krishna, and to approach Krishna or directed towards Krishna, then it has no meaning. So it's for chant for deliverance means what? Automatically our deliverance will happen, right? We are also seeking shelter. We are seeking mercy. Please relieve me from this. Uh, but slowly, gradually, our feeling will also be purified. So therefore, approaching taking to the right, purifying our motivation and approaching the right person. Who is the right person? Krishna. So approaching the right end goal, sadhya. So sadhya and sadhana both has to be clear. When both are clear, then it is possible for us to know what is our path.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So if there is a follow-up question, Prabhu, can I ask you?
Yes, yes.
So on the two comparisons of Dhruva Maharaj versus Vishwamitra, you said, Dhruva Maharaj, of course, we all know that he wanted a kingdom greater than his father, and that is what made him go to forest and do tapa. So his intention in doing tapa is to get something material, which is a kingdom greater than father. And the same thing, Vishwamitra wanted the Surabhi cow. So let's put it in the material bucket that we wanted Surabhi cow. So both the intentions were something other than Lord Krishna. Then why did Vishwamitra fell down and Dhruva Maharaj came up? You know, what was the intentions? The foundation of tapa was other than Krishna, but still the outcome is different. So if we can explain why, Prabhu.
Because he approached the Supreme Lord. That's the only difference. So coming in touch with the Supreme Lord, all other things will be purified, no problem. There may be many misgivings, but out of he was not a offender to the holy name or not anything like that. He was out of natural feeling that he wanted to approach, right? So there was no sort of it was that he wanted this material benefit, but he approached the Supreme Lord. His mother directed him the right way. That was the best thing that mother did, was to direct him to the right path. So then he understood actually he is only seeking some glass pieces when compared to the diamond. So his process was, his motivation was not right. When he saw Krishna, when he understood, immediately he understood this is what it is. So same thing, we see that if it's just like this. If I how do we say? As I gave the example of cooking, right? So if I use the smoke to cook, I will not be able to cook. So similarly, only fire can cook food. So similarly, only the path towards the Supreme Lord can really do the real benefit. Otherwise, it is not possible. So so-called tapasya to for any other thing, even material. That's why kama sarva kamova moksha karma udaradhi tivrena bhakti yogena rajeta parapam purusham param. So akama sarva kamova. We may have some feelings, some desires, no problem. Some desires may be there, and that will be there. Some or the other impurities will be remaining, and those things are Krishna understands. Since we are bound by this material body, right, it is not so easy. So there will be some or the other impurities that will be there. So Krishna understands those things, like Kardama Muni. Krishna understands those things, and immediately, but gradually purifies them. So he will take away what is beneficiary. I will bring what is beneficiary, take away what is harmful to them. So who will do this work for anybody else? Who is this person who? So that is a problem. The approach, although there was some desires, they took shelter of a wrong person or a wrong process. That was a problem. If they had taken shelter of Krishna, Krishna would have taken charge of it, and he would have adjusted everything. Is it not? So, Yogakshema Mahamam. He knows what is best. He will take away, remove all the unnecessary things and bring proper things in life. So the master is, that's why Gajendra, when he prayed, he didn't pray that, oh Lord Brahma. He could have prayed, Lord Brahma was also capable of removing, taking him away from the grip of the crocodile. Why Brahma? Even one wind is enough. If Krishna had sent a very storm, finished, that crocodile would have got finished. Or somebody, even Brahma, Lord Shiva or Indra, anybody could have helped him. Why only? But Gajendra understood. No, nobody can help me. Everybody is under these three modes of material nature. Everybody is under the grip of this creation. So one who is above that creation, one who is beyond, one who is a creator, one who is the original source, one who is the real benefactor, he is to be focused on. Nobody else. So this one pointed focus, nobody else can really help me. Na bandhu na bandhava. This bandhu, bandhava, mitra, all these things are temporary. Nobody can really help me. Only one person that can help me or really help me. I may be thinking I'm affected with this crocodile. That is not the real help I need. Enough. What I want. Oh Krishna, you are the only person who can give me shelter. I take your shelter. Krishna, you are the only person who can help me. What is that help? Not only remove this crocodile thing from me, that is okay. But I don't want to further continue my birth and death cycle, Krishna. This is what Gajendra prayed for. So, right in this very lifetime, he perfected. Okay, by mistake, he got some accidentally. He did not do any mistake actually. In King Indradimna, by accident, he got this elephant body. But no problem. Tattenu kampa sushamikshamano. Bhunjanu eva krutam vipakam. We may suffer so many other things, but our focus should be clear. So this focus in this very lifetime, let me perfect chanting mantra and perfect my life to only focus on the real benefactor, right? Then that is what it is, which will really help us. Other things will not help us. Nobody can help us. Nothing can help us.
Absolutely, Prabhu. That's very, very convincing answer, Prabhu. The shelter of the Supreme is the ultimate abode. There is nobody else who can save us. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for all your services. Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mata.
I have a quick question. Please explain, Prabhu. Dhanyavad.
Yes.
Prabhu, Satyam means truthfulness.
Yeah.
So, why being truthful is not equivalent to not telling lies?
Yeah, telling lies is like this. I may not tell lie, or I may what? What is your question? Can you repeat it so that I get it
Sure, Prabhu.
perfectly?
So, Satyam means being truthful, like truthfulness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why being truthful is not equivalent to not telling lies?
Yeah. Because
Wanted to
see,
understand.
yeah. Say just a very simple example I can give. If I go to somebody's house, I'll just give a very crude example. If I go to somebody's house, say let's say it is late night, say 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. Say just let's say an example. I happen to be reaching a place at 11 o'clock, and I would say they would ask naturally, "Are you hungry? You must be hungry. Shall I cook something?" Then I will feel that, oh, they have to cook something and they really have to serve me right now. That is so troublesome for them actually. So I may not tell. I may tell a lie, but at least I will not give them trouble. Hmm? So I may say tell a lie. Oh no, I have already taken, nothing to worry. I am not showing nothing, no problem. Finish, forget it, and leave it. Or I can say no, I should not tell a lie. Let me tell a truth. I say no, I have not taken food, and they will start cooking. But they also will feel, oh, this fellow came so late and now cooking for this guy. So ultimately, so-called lie or truth does not have a proper understanding unless it is connected to my feeling that they should not be troubled. I'm just giving a very crude example. Similarly, the so-called lie or truth is very relative. So, what is truth and what is lie? Right? In this material world, what is truth? What is lie? This so-called material truth and lie is having no meaning. So, real truth, that's why Satyam is Krishna only. What is a real absolute truth? Absolute truth is Krishna. Satyam param dhimahi. So anything connected with the absolute truth is truth. Vastavam vastu shivadam. So anything vastava or real truth or the real practical thing or the real important thing is that real vastu shivadam, that is Supreme Lord, Satyam. Anything which is bereft of the understanding of Supreme Lord is a lie. That's all. So, or it's an illusion. It's an illusion. So it cannot bring any benefit. I have given a very vague. I feel.
Prabhu,
Is it?
but you really connected it back to real supreme absolute truth. I think I got the point. I think
Okay.
asking this question and then you answering, giving that vague answer, but I think ultimately it led to the supreme absolute truth concept, which is I'm very grateful, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So on the same question of the Mataji, I'm Pitambara Das again.
Yes. Okay.
When you were explaining to the Mataji's question, I was thinking, Prabhu, that Dronacharya was unconquerable, undefeatable. But Krishna advised Yudhishthir Maharaj to say
Yes.
Aswathama Matayate loudly, and then say slowly. He said Narova Kunjurova, as if nobody heard. So when he said Aswathama Matayate, the elephant actually was killed, but Aswathama was the son of Dronacharya, and he said loudly with an intention that Dronacharya listens, and he gives up his weapons. But he was acting on Krishna's instructions for the greater good. Now, kind of a difficult question or difficult for me to understand, but the truth can be in substance, truth can be in form. So when you said crude example that you don't want to bother that, you became guest and then the host, you didn't want to trouble them with cooking. You were saying truth, the truth was in form, but in substance it was real truth, because you didn't want it. The intention of yours is not to give trouble to that person. Same way when Yudhishthir Maharaj said to Dronacharya, Aswathama Matayate loudly, his ultimate intention is to act for Krishna. So in substance, he was speaking the truth. But then saying Narova Kunjurova slowly, in form, he failed. So how do I differentiate? Like, is that the real truth, or should we look at the substance or the form, or both? Kind of difficult.
No, we need not worry too much, because what happens is, see, ultimately in our understanding, Dronacharya, see, Krishna knows. Krishna already told that I have already killed all of them, and I have given them, and everybody is here going to achieve the supreme benefit. Not only that, this life is so-called only this body only we can see. Beyond that, we cannot see. So Krishna knows the real benefit of everybody's future, past, present, everything. So therefore, the what is to be done is, we have to see the ultimate benefit of everybody. Ultimate benefit, that is called a shreyaha. So ultimate benefit is to be seen. Then we can understand, okay, this is what is real satyam. Right? Krishna will give dadami buddhi yogam. Krishna will give the real intelligence to us in these dharma sankatas. Sometimes there are so many confusions. Is it not what is satyam, what is not? But need not worry, because it is not so extremely difficult thing. It's very simple. Sambandha videya prayojana. If it is having sambandha to Krishna, okay, that is the first step. Second step, avideya. Is the process connected to Krishna? Okay, avideya. Prayojana. Is the prayojana connected to prema pumartha? Okay. Then all are in line, then we can accept that thing. I don't know whether I'm in the right track answering your question. What was your exact question, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. So the question was, for the ultimate good. I think you answered it nicely, Prabhu, because all the three are met. All the three, Sambandha, Vidya, and Prayojana is met when Yudhishthira spoke aswathama matayate, loudly, just for for Dronacharya to listen. But it was for the greater good. It was connected to Krishna. It was sambandha, abhidaya. Process was as laid down by Krishna, and the prayojana, the ultimate good is, to win over the irreligiosity and to establish the religion. So you answered it, Prabhu. You answered it. That was my doubt. Great.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
It's a small thing. Like in Bhagavad Gita, the tapa is also done by 3 ways, like anudvegakaram vakyam, satyam prihetam chayat, svādhyāyaḥ chaiva, vāngmayam tapavachyate. Same. That's so the example. Sorry, Prabhu.
Austerity of speech. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So the example you gave, how do you tell the truth without actually telling the lie, using that particular verse? Because what you gave is a practical example. So how do we tell that same thing without actually lying? Using that, like, if you're completely following the austerity of speech, without paining the other person, how do you tell the truth? That
without paining.
Without you don't want to pain them, that give the trouble of cooking or everything, but still you want to tell the truth and go that, because that's also a tapaḥ.
Of course. Yeah. It's like this. Say if I'm really hungry, okay, I'm so hungry that I can't tell then I naturally tell the truth, and they won't feel bad. So it's like this. It's intention that matters actually. So it is said that one should not extend their hunger. That is not beneficial to the body. Not only that, the thing is, if I'm so hungry, if I tell it naturally, then that is called as simplicity, ārjavam. Anyway, point is, just like I gave an example of father and the son, is it not? The father is having real concern about his son, that this fellow should not become what do they call? What is that? Loafer, they say, right? In English, loafer means a roaming around fellow without any proper understanding, and becomes a very unruly, spoiled child syndrome, they say. This fellow should not become a spoiled child. Should not become a useless fellow. He should be useful. He should do something in his life. He should. So whatever concern I have, as a father, I have some concern, is it not, about my son? So similarly, whatever the father does, chastises, does this, that, the son knows that this fellow is doing this thing is out of real concern. So therefore, the son, no matter what happens, loves the father. Even though chastises, hits everything, still son loves the father, because son knows he wants good thing for me actually. So the temporary things may be different. So similarly, so the words may be harsh. I may say, Prabhupada may say fools and rascals, but we really like that. Why? I really am a fool and a rascal actually. And Prabhupada is saying out of concern, out of real love, out of real, what you call, thing that I should be benefited with. So therefore, I really like that words. That becomes flowers to me, even though it is harsh, so-called harsh, but they become very pleasing to the heart. So medicine is always bitter externally, but what it will do the right thing. So similarly, we may have so-called understanding, we may feel that it is, but ultimately, just like I told, it is out of concern that we can make immediately, as I mentioned. A dog also can make out by seeing our face. A monkey can make out. The crows. The crows can pass on the information to their generations together, whether some has been good for them and whether this fellow is bad for them. They can pass on this information from generations. So if I hit a crow, that one incident is enough. That crow will pass on that information that this fellow is dangerous to the generations. So what I mean to say is, even an animal can make out by seeing what is our real feeling in the heart. So Satyam is just, if I have that real feeling in the heart, then Yathartha Bhashanam will happen. Speaking truthful, that will happen. Speaking out of concern, Sunrutavani, that will also happen. Even though it is so-called this thing for them, harsh or good thing, everything becomes very pleasing. Because the concern, the heart of this point is, the concern in the heart that let a good thing happen to everybody. Let auspiciousness be brought to everybody. Let nobody be unhappy. Let nobody be suffering. This feeling in the heart should be generated. That will be possible, again, as I said, Namaveda Bhakti. Because it is Krishna's quality. Krishna is like this.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu,
So before
question.
you ask, I just one point I would like to make. If anybody has any further discussions, we can take it up in the WhatsApp. Of course, Pitam Prabhu, you can go ahead, but just in case, if anybody has any things, you can, we can do it over WhatsApp. And also, that if you want any particular point, anything, you can address personally to me or anything, just like that, right? Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu. I won't take much time, Prabhu. So quick. On the Daya, Prabhu.
No problem.
On the Daya concept, Daya quality, I was thinking, if you come across a beggar on the street and he's begging to you, and then there are two choices: either you give him money, food, whatever shelter he wants, or you give him Krishna consciousness. People sometimes argue, we should be giving them, because Daya, the compassion, okay, he's hungry, give him food or money, but that would be only 6-7 hours, 5 hours, but again he would go back to square and start begging. And instead we should, but then to beggar you cannot even say about Krishna, because he's not literate. He's not time, place and circumstances. So how do we balance, Prabhu, on the Daya, compassion on that front?
A very simple and important point, what you have made. So Daya is, again, we'll focus on this definition. Paraklesha hartum ya hridi jayate. So somebody is really suffering, right? We want to help them. So how do I help them? This is the question. So first of all, I should find out, why is that beggar begging? What is his problem? Where is he placed? How can I help him actually? That is first question I should ask within my mind. Why is this person like this? What is happening to him? Is nobody helping him, or he doesn't have any shelter? Can I help him with any service? Where he
You can
so,
mute everyone.
No, they muted themselves. So,
okay.
So first of all, I should be able to help them. Is it not real help? Is how can I give them some shelter where they can, or some ability, somewhere I should be able to help them in some way. Ultimately, what can be done is simple: give prasadam to them. Ultimately, if I am not able to do anything, if I'm in a position where I'm not able to help them. But help is what? I can give them prasadam, make them chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, tell them our only shelter is Krishna, just take shelter of Krishna, things will be all right. Right. So bring them to that understanding. Even if we are giving, we can, if we are not able to spend time, then no, we can spend 5 minutes. What is that? We can just tell them, chant this Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What is the meaning of this mantra? You are begging to Krishna that we are all beggars only. We are all begging. We are begging to Krishna. Oh, please, Krishna, please engage me in your service. Because we are not engaged in his service, so-called rich and this and all are beggars only like this. So one should become real beggar. What is that? To beg for the mercy of Krishna. So therefore, that is only possible. One may be rich and one may be poor. One may be king. One may be a simple. A Brahmana is supposed to remain in a austere condition, like a poor fellow. He should not have any this thing. His job is teaching, learning, studying, but he will remain like a very poor fellow. So that is his Brahmana's austerity. And a beggar is because he has not taken any shelter, or he is having some or the other problem. Somewhat this is who will not get any what you call two rotis, because in a modern situation we have created this. This is happening. Anybody can get one or two rotis. Any house they go, they can get. What is it? They don't have to beg. What are they begging for? So they need some shelter, clothing, maybe, right? That if we can help them if we can, right? If we can, everybody have some old clothes can be given. Please wear this old cloth, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, take this prasadam. You come to temple, you will get some prasadam every day. Stand outside, you will get prasadam. So that daridrata is there because of so many other sinful, so many situations that they may be, whatever it may be. So that daridrata also chandalopi, even chandala can be relieved, can be cured from a situation. Daridra can be cured. So no problem. Let them come, take prasadam. Come, this is the address, please come there, take prasadam, chant Hare Krishna. Slowly, gradually, you will be relieved from this. Is it not? So we can try to help this way. If we can, so we can give 1 rupee, 2 rupee and go away. But that's just one part of it. But we don't know what they will do with that money, or how will they be really helpful. Will it be helpful really? We don't know. So we can try to one step go ahead and try to give them some prasadam. Ask them, why are you in this condition? Okay, do you need any help? I have some of these old clothes, some prasadam, please take. Come to temple, take prasadam. At least something we can prove. Everybody is suffering actually. Everybody is suffering. Everybody wants this abhayadana. Everybody wants some good words to be told to them. That is called as abhayadana. The best dana or the charity work that we can do is to speak good words for them. What is that good words? Don't worry, Krishna is under control. Krishna is in control of everything. Is it not? So don't worry. So making anybody anxiety free is called as abhayadana. That is the best charity we can do. If we don't have anything to do, at least this much plus this much we should do. Everybody in this material world is in anxiety.
Right, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So if nobody has questions, those who have can remain, and those who don't have may get back to their routine services. And if anything, you can discuss over WhatsApp. Tomorrow we will see some more qualities. I think in 2 or 3 or 4 maximum will complete all the qualities. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripasamudbhyev cha
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Hare Krishna. Prabhupada Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Sudarshan.